Hi, this is Heather Paul with the Office of Community Development, Local Government Assistance. This session is about the citizen participation requirements for the Community Development Block Grant Program. These are the steps that you'll need to take to apply to any of the CDBG programs in our office. The first step is to prepare a citizen participation plan. It needs to be completed before beginning an application or developing a project. The primary goal is to provide citizens, especially low and moderate income citizens of the community where the CDBG funded activities will take place, an opportunity to participate in an advisory role in the planning, implementation, and assessment of the programs and projects. We have a sample citizen participation plan in our grantee handbook, as well as on our website under CDBG forms and information. At a minimum, the plan must provide for and encourage citizen participation, especially for those of low to moderate income. It has to identify the citizen participation coordinator along with their duties and responsibilities. It has to provide a formal written procedure which will accommodate a timely written response to written complaints and grievances. It needs to provide citizens with reasonable and timely access to meetings, information, and records related to the project. And it has to provide for public hearings to obtain citizen views. Remember, you're looking for citizen input at your public hearings. They're not just a venue to announce what you want to do with CDBG funds. Notice that in this sample, at the top, it says, whenever possible, these hearings will be held within or near the target areas, at times affording participation by the most affected residents. That's especially important when it's a parish who is applying. You want it to be close to where you want the project to be. Identify how the needs of non-English speaking residents will be met. And you must also include a policy for providing technical assistance to the community so that they can become knowledgeable about the CDBG program and can contribute some ideas to solve the community's needs. Remember, this sample plan is just a sample and it should be tailored to your local community. The plan has to be adopted and it needs to include the date that it was adopted. So after you have your citizen participation plan ready, you're ready to hold your first public hearing. Remember that the point of the hearing is to get citizen input. It shouldn't be to tell everybody what you want to do. You have to publish a notice in the newspaper at least 5 days before the public hearing. Please also notify your citizens in other ways, though. You can post flyers at town hall, parish buildings. You can send notices to organizations, churches, and clubs. You'll need to submit the affidavit for proof of publication with your application. And the biggest error that we are seeing right now in the application process is people not making sure that the application or that the notice ran and they find out too late that it didn't and there's nothing they can do. If you don't have the notice, we won't review your application and it will be disqualified. So again, make sure that you're following your citizen participation plan when it comes to non-English speaking persons and individuals with disabilities. The sample for the public hearing is in the same document as the citizen participation plan sample. Your notice has to include the items shown in this sample, the amount of funds available, the range of activities to be undertaken, the plans for minimizing the displacement of persons, and the local government's past performance. These have to be discussed at your hearing. Persons of low to moderate income must be encouraged to attend, and you also need to include information on how to comment. Make sure that you retain your roster of attendance and the written minutes. We'll review those when we monitor. The notice of availability of the application for review. So with your citizens' input and within the guidelines of the program, you can develop your project. So after you have your application completed, after the first public hearing, But before you submit the application to us, you need to make sure, or you need to publish a second notice, making the application available for citizens to review. Again, all the information that's shown in this sample notice is required. You need to say when it will be submitted, the proposed objectives, activities, and the location of the project, the amount that you're applying for, and the location and the hours the application is available for review. It has to be published at least 7 days prior to submitting it to our office. The application should be signed and completely packaged prior to this notice being run. We've issued a lot of findings because the application not being signed prior to the notice running, so make sure that you do that. Remember that any citizen, CDBG staff person, or HUD staff person should be able to come in and request the application for review during this period. There are more items that are required in your citizen participation plan or in the process for citizen participation, but these are the ones that are necessary in order to apply, just to have the application ready. So if you have any questions, please email me or call me at this contact information, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.